We're back.
We're
here, I think. We're live, mate.
What did you do then? You haven't said nothing to me. I thought we had problems.
Well, we did have problems, mate, but
I'm on here now Googling if your StreamYard is paused. How do I fix it? That's what I'm...
No, mate, we're live. Do you see the live?
Yeah. It's fixed itself. Nice.
I can see it, yeah. So was it us or was it StreamYard?
It must have been a StreamYard thing, mate.
That's what I want to know.
Because I just checked the old bank account, mate, and the money's still been coming out.
Oh, well, there you go. George has said he can see us. It's working. George, we can't see you, but thanks for being here, mate. We appreciate it. First one back in, George.
Yeah.
Hope you're well. Nige, Mark, long time no see. And literally, we've barely spoke on the phone over the last couple of 3 months.
No.
I think we've all had a lot going on. I know Nige has still been trying to put a few bits and pieces out there. But yeah, it is what it is. Lovely to see you, chaps. And how have you both been?
Go on, Nige.
I've been good. Yeah, all good. Christmas is done. Always a stressful time, but yeah, glad it's a new year. Itching to get back to work and loving Tottenham at the moment. They're brilliant, aren't they? How are you, chaps?
Have you been smoking drugs?
It's got a content in it, apparently.
Yeah, oh, right. Well, I've been working a lot. Well, up until end of November, solid. And then I had the whole of December off, which was brilliant, lovely.
Nice.
And now, unfortunately, I've got to go back to work.
Oh.
But the last couple of weeks, I've had cold, flu, don't know what else going on, all of that. But the football don't really cheer you up either, does it?
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
We'll get on to that shortly.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
I would imagine it'll be, because we haven't been on for a while, it'll be nice to see if, because we haven't chatted really much either.
No.
It'll be nice to see if opinions on players or managers or anything else to do with Spurs has changed since, I don't know, maybe the start of the season. I know we did a few games coming into the start of the season, and then we've sort of been off the last sort of 2.5, 3 months. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to find out our opinions on what we think of what's going on at Spurs at the moment. How's life in general anyway, chaps? Are we all, as Mr. Butler would say, happy and healthy? And, you know, it's a new year now, 26. Are we expecting anything different in this transfer window from what we would normally get from Tottenham Hotspur, chaps?
Have we signed anyone yet?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hang on. Back in the summer, was it the summer?
Yeah.
They did say they want us to be successful.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That was after the transfer window had finished, obviously. This is the first chance they've had to show us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I am expecting something.
Yeah.
I'm expecting us to go big this window. I really am. We've already, you know, I hate to say it, Sheriff, block your ears up, mate, but we've sold Johnson right at the start of the window. So I'm expecting us to act quickly.
A disgrace.
Yeah.
To be honest, if Levy was still here, we would be haggling right to the end of the window for an extra 5 or 10 million. So
top scorer last season, sold. Won us a trophy, sold.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. I'm sorry, Sheriff. I can't do it no more. Thank God he's gone. I never thought, I've got to be honest with you, when we bought him and we paid 50 million for him, I know he scored goals last year. Yeah, I'm not deflecting that. He's obviously his thing. Do you know what I mean? In at the back post, tapping them in type of thing. Generally, I'm not saying all his goals are like that, but generally. And we bought him for 50 million, and I thought we're stuck with this kid for 4 years. At least he ain't going anywhere. He's at Tottenham's prime age of where they like to buy players at, the age. you know, and was probably on a minimum 4-year contract. And I'm like, this kid ain't going nowhere. He is lumbered here for 4 years. Nothing is going to change because I don't think he's capable of change, if that makes sense. I don't think he's coached into going past a player regularly or giving and going regularly. I just don't think that's him. And I don't think it'd be a bad move for him, to be fair, somewhere like Palace. He'd probably shine quite well there, you know.
I hope.
To him, good. Listen, I've got nothing against the fella. At the end of the day, I just didn't rate him, you know, as a player. That's just me personally. I know Mark loved him. I know you, Nigel, had reservations over him and you wanted to give him a chance and a chance and a chance to prove, you know, that he was more than just a goal scorer. But it is what it is. And I think you're right in what you said. If Levy was still here now, we'd still be anchoring for 37 million or 38 million instead of 35 million. Do you know what I mean? To save every penny. And I think it's a good thing, man, at the end of the day. I think it's a good thing that they've shown the bravery to actually, if you want to call it bravery, but they've actually shown that they've paid 50 million for someone 2 years ago. Yeah. And they're ready to cut their losses now because he's not what they thought he was going to be. For whatever
now he
reason.
has gone, though. I hope Palace play him as that second striker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
his position.
Yeah.
He's not the big man. He's like, I'm not comparing him before there's any, I ain't really looked at the chat, but like the Jermaine Defoe type player, you know, one that will benefit from the flick-ons and the little tap rounds and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because to be honest, we played him completely wrong. Stuck out on the right wing. You know, yes, he used to get in at the back post and tap him in. But he ain't much of a winger, is he? Let's face it.
He's the best finisher at Tottenham. Well, he was the best finisher at Tottenham, without a doubt. And
which is why he should be that second striker.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, teams don't play 4-4-2 anymore, do they? That's the problem. It is all, you know, and you're right, he's not a winger. But right. I think he'd do well at Palace. Yeah. I really do. I think he'd score goals and Palace fans love him. And, you know, it is a good deal for Spurs. I am happy to see him leave because we've seen it so often, haven't we, with our better players. And I'm not saying Johnson was one of them, but, you know, your Dele Allis, you know, your Christian Eriksen's, we don't sell them when we should, and then we get next to nothing for them. So I think now was the perfect time to sell Johnson. I mean, the summer was we probably could have got 40 million plus in the summer, but because he's been sat on the bench for most of this season, I think maybe his price has decreased a little bit, but I think it's a really good deal for everyone.
Yeah. Let's just have a flick through and see who's in here.
Yeah, big up.
Look, George. Big up, mate. Nice.
George, big up, George. Nice to see you, mate.
Yeah. There we go. That's when we come on and you didn't say nothing, Mark.
Sorry, mate.
No, that's all right.
The last thing, sorry, I know you're going through the chat. The last thing I heard from all of us, was that, like, I said, I'm going to go on Google and see what you do, because you said, I've been out and come back in again, and it's still not working.
Yeah. And then I pressed it, mate, and it just started.
Yeah, and then it's come on. So, I'm glad it has come on. Great. It saves me looking even more.
Yeah.
Big up, George.
Yeah, big up, mate. So this bloody thing has changed so much I can't even see that. Carl's.
Big up, Carl. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well.
Big up. Oh, Nige. Yes.
Big up, Nige.
Breaking news. We've sold a player for real cash.
Yeah, we absolutely have. I wonder how that works. I'd like to I'm going to ask that question in a minute. I'm going to keep that in my head till you get to the end, Mark.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, this is Luke, isn't it?
Yeah, big up, Luke. Big up, Luke.
Happy
New Year, mate. Hope you're well.
I'm sorry, Luke, but I haven't watched no YouTube for that long. I see names and I just think, who the hell? Yeah, that's him. And plus, I'm a bit senile as well.
I'm a bit senile.
The Irish striker.
Yeah, the young kid. Someone put the answer in a bit further.
Mason Melia, is it?
Mason Melia, yeah.
Scott M.
Big up, Scotty.
Big up, mate.
Scott, give us a shout if you want to come on, mate. I don't know if I sent you the. Yeah, I did send you it. If you want to pop on, mate, you're more than welcome.
Back together. Well, we've just had a bit of a sabbatical.
Yeah, a little sabbatical, Scott. But with coming back all guns blazing, mate. I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mason Media. Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, young lad. Yeah.
Spent 3 months. Well, that was in the summer. He was never at home.
Weren't quite 3 months, Scott. Best part of 3 weeks on a couple of separate holidays. Yeah, but it was very nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. I hate the cold, Scott. I hate it. I'd hate to live where you live, mate. It's cold enough.
It's been freezing. What? He lives in Canada, mate. It's
that's what I mean.
Sure. No, here's YouTube royalty.
Big up, Coos. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you had a nice Christmas and New Year, mate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm done with watching us this season. Yeah, there ain't none, mate. The one was it last night, Brentford? It was awful. I nearly put the darts on at one stage.
I watched through it. I thought to myself, I'm not going to turn this off because if I do, one or the other will score. Do you know what I mean, Mark? And,
that's what I kept thinking.
The game will totally change or whatever. And so I did. I put myself through the whole lot of it, and I'm sure we'll get onto it.
I suffered it for the 95 minutes, mate. But honestly, God, it was terrible.
It was awful. It was awful. They must be, George, if Parish is weighing out 35 million. The question I was going to ask, while it's still in my head, I know you're still going through, Mark, because I will forget. I wonder how that works with the monetization of it all. So, like, we paid 50 million or 45 million, 47 million, whatever it was for Johnson, right? Then 2 years later, you've sold him for 35 million. Right, so let's say a deficit of 12 million, but you've already paid however much to Forest in the last 2 years. So does it just sort of work itself out for the year type of thing? You're either a couple of million in front or a couple of million behind or whatever. Just asking.
God knows, mate.
I don't know myself. If anyone in the chat knows,
are any of us accountants?
I don't know. I don't know if because we bought him for 50 and sold him 2 years later for 35, do you feel like you've lost money as a club, or are you just grateful to get the 35 million for Johnson?
Well, that's the way it seems, isn't it? They're just grateful to
bring it back. I'm just trying to weigh up where people are on it and what the facts would be on it as far as what we've paid of the 47 million and how we receive the 35 million.
Well, the other way you got to look at it from Tottenham's point of view as well is he scored the goal that got us Champions League football. And how much is that worth? 80 mil?
He's covered his money and more, Mark. There's no doubt about that, mate.
I mean, he got us, what was at least 80 mil on it you get for being in the Champions League?
Yeah.
Probably stopped us getting relegated as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with all his goals. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So what did Santa bring us? What did Santa bring you lot? This is from Carl.
Didn't bring me a woman, I know that.
I got
did me for a couple of weeks, but that was the end of that.
Yeah, I got slippers. I got a t-shirt. What else did I get? I got a new hat. Yeah, I'll show you my new hat. Hang on.
Cool. Yeah, I got a new hat as well.
I think all I got is a stinking cold stroke flu.
Nice present.
Yeah, nice. Lovely.
Where is he?
There we go.
He's going to get his hat, I think.
Excuse me.
Koi 72, big up, mate.
Big up, mate.
There we go.
What does it say on it?
There you go.
Our best granddad ever. Nice.
Ah, there you go, mate.
I'm having some of that. There you go. So every time I go out the front door now, because it's cold, I've got my old hat on. Just letting everyone know who I am. That's it.
Happy days.
Coover had to check the decimal point was in the right place.
Yeah,
How much
I
we got
did as
with,
well.
It was a good price, wasn't it? It was a good price, I think we got.
I think it should have been 350 million.
Behave, Sheriff.
You don't want? No, Luke, no, I didn't say.
You don't watch any channel.
I haven't watched any Tottenham YouTube channels. I hardly watch YouTube anymore. There's enough depression going on in the world as it is without Tottenham into it.
I don't watch MSM, to be honest with you, at all. Mainstream media, very rare. A bit of GB news.
Yeah.
Apart from that, all I do is watch YouTube. I subscribe to, and the missus to a zillion different things. So at least when people put stuff on, it's new. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just have a little check throughout the day, see what new stuff's going on and watch it. Unless, something's coming on that you know of at a certain time. But yeah, it is what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
We made
small profit. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers for that, Luke.
Small profit.
Cheers for that, mate.
Ronnie's in the house as well.
Big up, Ronnie. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well, fella.
Yeah. Who knows?
That is the question.
Yeah. So are we going to sign any top? I doubt that very much. This is the unique way. Buy cheap, sell high.
I don't want to say no because I want to give them every chance. Do you know what I mean? Now that Levy's not there, but I think, if you spoke to 95% of the fan base, even though there's people that are hopeful it'll change, and I'm one of those, I don't believe it will. I really hope it does. But I think that they should be making a big intent early on in the window. For me, the scouts should have been out there. Players should have been identified a long time ago for this window that they want to attempt to go and buy. You know what I mean? So, for me, I think it was important, and it still is important this next week or so, that we're getting some quality through the door. I don't want to see no more kids. I just want to see professional men footballers, and that's not against women at all. I don't want to see boys coming in to our club trying to do a man's job anymore. I just want to see some men come in who are professionals, who are good at what they do. And I wanted to come on to Takai in a sec. I just want to see men, and I think we're desperate for men. We're desperate for some leaders. We're desperate for some organisation on the pitch, someone who can take orders and bark them out, who gets listened to, someone with a bit of authority on the pitch to then, if you're going to play other young players, to guide them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think they've got any guidance. I've never seen Tottenham players, once the ball comes out from the back, panic on the ball so much, have such a shocking touch. And then if the touch is okay, the pass that comes afterwards, the 5 or 10 yard pass, we lose the ball so much in a game.
It was shocking last night, mate.
It's terrible.
It was shocking. It's
at
the moment, yes, the defense is a million times better. Defensively, we're solid as anything. But going forward, we ain't got a clue. Not a clue. As soon as what normally happens is when we get the ball back, it goes backwards and forwards, once back for whatever, for a bit. Then it will go into one of the 3 DMs he insists on playing. And then they'll try and progress it a bit more forward, and they lose it immediately.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that yesterday, was it? It was, you know, the amount of times we had the ball at the back and it would go to Porro, and all he would do was just hit it up the line,
Yeah,
and
hoof
there'd
it
be
up
no
the
one
line.
now,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
comes straight back again. You're just like, what are we doing?
And you notice on teams as well, because they know Kudus is really our only winger, that the other teams put 2 or 3 around him all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets a ball, he's got at least 2 on him. At least. Sometimes 3.
Yeah.
And what's he meant to do with that?
We don't trust his teammates either.
No.
He gets a lot of stick for not passing the ball, for taking too many people on, putting his head down and running. But I don't think he trusts the players he's playing around, because he just won't pass to them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the football I'm seeing at the moment is absolutely shocking. And if they sacked him tomorrow, I wouldn't give them monkeys.
So, Mark, where do you lie on it all? Because, you know, I know, and I was one of them. I'll be the first one to admit I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, this, that, and the other. I thought when Frank come in, a lot would change. You know, you was both on shows that I was on, including this one, and I'll be the first one to admit I wanted Ange out. I wanted a coach to come in that coached the players. Yeah, because that's what I thought I saw from Frank at Brentford. Even though it takes time, you know, the expectation nowadays is that a new manager comes in, you know, you get the bounce and you carry on through the bounce and carry on and end up winning this, winning that, winning the other. Unfortunately for Spurs, it don't work that way, you know, and he's come in and you did have a bit of the manager bounce, you know, to start off with. Some of the performances weren't great, you know, and they still aren't at home. But luckily, we've got some away form on our side, chaps.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the whole scheme of things, you know, for me, this is not just down to manager and players and everything else. This is the whole thing, even though Levy's gone and the transfer window's open now, this is still them upstairs, the manager, the players, the tea lady, the physios. It's everyone for me. Where are you two on it? Are you disappointed with how it's going with Frank, or are you sort of thinking, well, I knew it was going to be up and down anyway, so it's pretty much what I expected? I don't know what you chaps speak on it.
Look, we all know who the real problems are at Tottenham. They have been for 25 years. It's the owners. All right. Daniel got the majority of the blame because he was the face of it. And yes, it's like someone said earlier, you know, if he was still here, you said it, Nigel, didn't you? If he was still here, we wouldn't have sold Brennan to Palace because he'd still be haggling for another couple of million. And it'd drag on till the last week of January. You know, so, but we all know the real problems at Tottenham is the owners. The owners have always been the problem, but they made the statement they did in the summer that we all saw, we all read, and they said they want us to be successful. This is the first chance they've had to show us. So we'll see how this January goes. And if they don't, then maybe the Enoch out protests will start again. You know what I mean? It'd be the same thing, just cross the Levy out, just cross the Levy bit out.
Yeah.
But, you know, so this is our first chance to show us, because we got Vinay and whoever else it is there running it now, Joe's kids. And they said in the summer they want us to be successful. Show us. As for Thomas Frank, I never wanted him in the first place.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. He's got to deal with what it is. The football I'm seeing at the moment is the most dreadful football I've ever watched in my life. All right. Last season, yes, we lost a lot of games, but at least we scored a lot of goals as well. You know what I mean? Yes, we were wide open at the back, but at least it was sort of entertaining a little bit. Like losing every week ain't no fun, but like, you know, at least you were seeing goals going. Now it's just turgid. is awful. And I'll say now, I shared a post with you two earlier. Apparently, Enoch want Poch back after the World Cup. And if that is true, bring him in. Bring him in. Bring him home immediately after the World Cup.
We'll get on to that. We'll get on to that subject of Poch as well. Nigel, what are your thoughts, mate? Give us just what you think.
I will be totally honest. I'm done with Frank.
Mm-hmm.
I was very much like, let's give this guy a chance. We've got to back a manager. Every week that goes by, I'm like, okay, that was a bad result, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll move on to next week. He's just not filling me with confidence. If he cannot motivate his players on the pitch, then that's a big problem for me. And this isn't a one-off. Yesterday, awful. Crystal Palace, we won, awful. Nottingham Forest, awful. Monaco, awful. Bournemouth, or I could list probably 8 or 9 games we have been terrible in. And for me, I just don't think he's a man. I don't think he inspires the team, and he certainly doesn't inspire the fans. So for me, it's a big no. But then who do we get in? I don't know. I just think the club's a mess.
To be honest, I think at the moment we're going to be lumbered with Frank till the end of the season because no one's coming in now. No one worth any. The only one that's free at the moment is that Maresca bloke, isn't it, from Chelsea?
We don't want him.
No, I don't want him either.
He'd be a nightmare. He'd fall out with the board straight away.
Yeah. Yeah. But when you lose the away fans, now I would say, we're all Tottenham fans, but the ones that go to away games are the most hardcore. To travel all around, all right, last night's game was in London, so I didn't have to travel that far. But the ones that get the away tickets, there's only X amount available. They are the hardcore. And when they're booing you at the end of the game, you know what I mean? Then you are in big doo-doo.
Players have to take some responsibility as well, though. They've been rubbish this season.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that we can be that bad as we were last night.
We just didn't throw a punch, did we, last night at all?
No.
There was nothing.
I mean, you can't. I mean, if anything, the squad's got better from last season. All right, I know Sonny's not here anymore, but we made some additions. You know what I mean? So how we can play like that after last season when we were wide open at the back, but scoring for fun, and then turn up last night, did we even have a chance on goal? Our XG must have been 0.
1.01.
Like that all season, though,
Brentford's was 0.86.
It was tell you what, there was a moment in the game last night which summed the game up perfectly, right? Brentford went forward and their winger miskicked a cross, their striker miskicked a shot, and then our defender went to clear it, miskicked the clearance, and it just summed the game up. Yeah. Just zero quality throughout for both teams.
There was a few points in the match because they have different things come up on the electronic advertising boards. There was a Samaritan sign. I was going to phone it with depression. Honestly. It's not good watching us. And it wasn't good watching us last year, mind, but at least it was sort of entertaining.
We're definitely not good to watch. Just a couple of the points before I forget. Takai, who we've brought in, with the foot injury. Yeah, he's going out on loan.
Great signing that.
He's going to Borussia Mönchengladbach, apparently.
Apparently, there's a buy-in clause as well, so they can buy him. So
there's a buyback.
Just sums up what a bad signing that was.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know, I read this today. I don't know how true it is. The first bit I know is true. Jamie Donnelly going to Oxford United with an obligation to buy.
Yeah, 4.5 million, wasn't it?
4.5 million.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so how are we selling Yeah, this is just a question, really. Answer the chat. Apparently, British players have a bit of dough added on, don't they? So let's say that's Donnelly's bit that's added on. Where's the transfer fee after that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like English players, Brennan Johnson was 50 million because he was English. He's been sold for 35 million because he's English.
Welsh.
Welsh, whatever. You know what I mean?
Isn't it nice though that we're selling players? You know, we're not going to keep loaning these youngsters year after year after year.
It is good that they're drawing the line, but I just feel that like Tottenham have invested so much in Jamie Donnelly, and Jamie Donnelly has obviously invested so much in Tottenham because he's been with them since a very young age. You know, that I don't know, perhaps you two think that 4.5 million, you know, to Oxford United, it's better than a poke in the eye with a blunt stick. Do you know what I mean? How long do you persevere with him?
Let's just say hello to Lisa a minute. Let's just say hello to Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Hope you're well.
Yes.
Hello,
you know,
and Jimmy. And Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy's in as well. Big up, Jim. Big up, Jim. Big up to everyone.
Yeah,
we haven't got many in tonight. First show back. If you can let anyone know that we're on and they want to come and watch, by all means do so. We put it out there to everyone, but it seems a bit quiet tonight.
That as well.
Oh, spot on, George. Absolutely. Hit the nail on the head.
Well, here we go. Carl's come back in as well.
Mallet.
There's a massive sell-on percentage in the Donnelly deal.
Right. Okay, Carl. Yeah, fair dues, mate. Fair do. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And he bought for 5 mil, sold for 5 mil.
Terrible business that was.
I don't get it.
At least they sold him. At least they've got money for him.
Got the money back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's are either of you really expecting anything different in this transfer window from Spurs? Do you think that it might really change and they might really go out there and buy a couple of men, you know, that
hang on, what?
Been about
Won't you promise this in the summer when they come out with their statement?
Mark, yeah, I hear you, mate. But do you believe that over the next 3 or 4 windows, 5 or 6 windows, whatever it takes, after George expertly put there years of neglect, in the buying and selling of football players in this club, not just the buying, by the way, in the selling of them as well, but years of neglect. You know, you get the odd gem now and again that pops out of the hat. You know, like this time it was Van der Ven. We all know he'll get sold for more money than what we paid for him. You know, just for his pace.
Yeah. This is why I'm excited. I am, because I haven't seen, I know we haven't bought anyone in yet, but I have not seen Spurs act like this with selling players. You know, Johnson gone, 35 million. Donnelly, Takai, all players that all 3 of them we would have kept for years and got nothing for them.
That's a fair comment. Yeah.
And who's the other one? Solomon has gone to Fiorentina. So that's 4 players gone already. Well, I think we are going to go big. Whether we get the players we want, I don't know. But as far as you said with men, I just finish this quick point with men is that I don't mind buying kids or young players as long as they're top quality young players. So often we buy young players who could be good in 3 or 4 years. Like we're after that Diamonde from Leipzig, who's apparently really, really good.
Yeah.
Now he's 19, so he is a kid, but I don't mind spending the money on him because he's already there. What I don't want is to spend money on kids that could be there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
As I said when I had my little outburst just a minute ago, they said what they said in the summer. Now prove it and show us.
Yeah.
Show us.
Yeah.
Show us your intent.
The problem is, Mark, like we were saying beforehand, while we was waiting to get going, is that I don't think the club's just broken on the pitch. I really don't. I think we've had this conversation even when Ange was here, you know, and when Levy was still here. And we said that what we thought was that the club was broken and the mentality of the club. Yeah, not necessarily how they ran the club, because they was obviously running the club to make money.
Yeah.
Everyone does that, you know. They're not in it just to lose money all the time. I get that part of it, and I've always pushed that point that I get they're there to make money. But at the end of the day, it was a football team, club. You know, before it was THFC, whatever, corporated, hotels, and, you know, great. It's fantastic. We've got a wonderful ground. And again, I will thank Mr. Levy for that, for whatever it cost. But now, and for years, really, Spurs fans have paid through the nose to go and watch their club.
Mm-hmm.
And I know currently, I do believe that if we're not the highest,
We're up there.
we're one of the highest prices as far as buying a ticket or season ticket for Tottenham Hotspur is concerned.
Well, you know as well as I know. Now, I used to get match day tickets through C's ticket holders with my CRN number.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't even do that anymore, mate. You've got to be a One Hotspur member.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to get a ticket. So it's 50 quid at least.
Yeah.
They con out of you not to get a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, that's a year. If you want a One Hotspur Plus, I think that's around £80 a year to not guarantee you a ticket. This is how sort of
think of how many fans we got around the world as well, certainly around the country. You know, you got 60,000 in the stadium. You probably got another, God knows how many, that would love a ticket. Think of how much money they're making from those One Hotspur memberships.
Yeah. You pay it was 50 quid the last time I looked, because I will never pay it. But like, you know, you pay that and you're not guaranteed nothing.
No.
You know what I mean? So what sort of con is that?
Right. It's all a con as far as they're getting the money is in concern, Mark. You know, business, they'll do anything that they can do, you know, where I won't say legally or illegally, but as they'll push the legally button as far as they can push it to get money into the club. So, you know, the fans are paying the highest ticket money, which is up to the fans to do that. If they've got the money to do that, then that's fine. Even the people, I'm sure, that haven't really got the money to do it, they've supported Tottenham for years, and they do anything they can to
find a way
to get to games. Yeah, find a way to get there.
Yeah.
For me, like I said earlier, this isn't just about on the pitch. I think the club have to come out, because the fans are so divided on the manager, who's running it, everything that's going on, who's pouring the tea out for the players at half time. You know, I just feel like the club have to be transparent and come out and say, look, this is the policy that we're going down, whether you like it or not, whatever that might be. They might come out and say, look, we're going to go and try all the best players ever. I can't see that happening. But I think they need to come out and be transparent and try and explain what they're trying to do. You know, whether that be to that, you know, their plan is that Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall and youngsters like that are the future of Tottenham Hotspur. At least if they say that, you know where you're going. But I don't think, you know, I think we could sit here now with Thomas Frank as manager and argue. And again, I advocated for him. I said, let's bring this coach in to coach some of these players that we've got. You know, and it hasn't so far worked out like that. It doesn't look like there's much of that going on. But I just feel like there's so much wrong with Tottenham, and not just on the pitch, that they need to sort themselves out up there and be clear in what they're doing, who they want doing it, not jobs for the boys. Get the best people in. Yeah, if you're running a top tier club, get the best people in. Get the best scouts in, get the best of whoever's doing what job in. Yeah, and tell the fans who are paying the money and the 60,000 are turning up every week to support you, and fill the stadium.
Hmm.
Yeah, let us all know, because I don't remember the last time. I mean, we saw Poch when Poch was here and what he did with some of those players by changing the formation and the tactics and different way of playing players in a different way. But I don't see none of that in Thomas Frank. And that was what I almost thought I was going to see. Like, a Poch came from a Southampton. So he came from a lower tier club into us, still had expectations, whatever anyone says, you know, we was a team that won cups.
Yeah.
We always have been, as long as I've lived. You know, we've always been a cup team. But it was hard for him the first 6 months. You know, and I'm like, well, how long do you give Thomas Frank? But again, I'll say to both of you, I don't think it's just about what's going on the pitch. I think it's a lot deeper than that. And
it's not.
Like George said earlier, it's going to take years to dig ourselves out.
I don't think Frank was. I think he's a stopgap. I just think you look at it, and I think you're absolutely right, Cookie. I think there is so much going on at the top, so much change, so much structural change that they thought, because Ange, in the end, even though he won us a cup, was so bad, they thought, let's bring someone in steady Eddie, who's going to steady the ship while we sort out at the top. And then once we're sorted out at the top, then we'll bring our man in. But I don't think they expected maybe us to be so crap as we are.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months. Because we can't keep losing.
Do you think he stays for the year as long as they stay clear of relegation, Nige?
Did you know?
If they get sucked into that, you know, if they get sucked into that, oh, we're 3 points off of relegation, you know, a 1 game swing or a 4 point with the goal difference, you know what I mean? If we get to that stage and do we stick with him? Do we try and grind it out, or how late do you go before you make a change? Because you never know who's available, mate, do you?
I don't think the fans will let him. I don't think the fans will let him carry on. I don't think we can take too many more performances like we've seen over the last couple of months. If he's winning games, and if we're winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, we're probably keeping to the end of the season. But if we keep on performing like that, especially, well, listen, our home form has been atrocious, but our away form is starting to, you know, we're still kind of getting results, but we're not playing well. And I don't know. I just think if we keep losing, they won't have a choice. They'll have to get rid of him. But I don't think they're bringing another manager in. I think they're bringing interim in until the summer, if that happens. But as long as we're picking up wins here and now, I think he'll probably stay.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from. It's difficult to take, Nige, isn't it? You know, because I'm sure you're like I was. You thought you get that new manager bounce, but I'm sure, like me, you thought that the football on the pitch would be different, you know, to what we're currently watching.
Yeah, no, I did. I thought, you know, Frank will come in. He will make us hard to beat. He is a good tactician. You know, he changes things during games. He won't just stand there with his hands in his pockets. No, he don't stand there with his hand in his pockets. He stands there bloody chewing gum. Have you seen him chew gum?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised he's got any teeth left the way he chews. But I just expect more. And what I do expect is for him to get the players up and get them motivated. That's what I really thought he'd be good at, but I don't think he is.
And chaps, is it a case of also that do you think professional footballers get to the stage? I don't know if I'm going too deep now. I don't know, really. I'm just asking. Do they get to the stage where they think, I just ain't doing what he wants me to do? I'm not, you know, is it a case of that? Like when they're repeating, when the manager's trying to drill into someone, this is what I want you to do in possession. This is what I want you to do out of possession. But for whatever reason, for that player, it doesn't feel right because it's not naturally what they would be doing. Do you know what I mean? Are our players maybe struggling to do what's asked of them of Thomas Frank, or is it just a case of they're not really that interested in?
Well, I think if you look at the Europa Cup final last year,
Yeah.
They completely ignored what Ange was doing all season. In the second half, we just defended for our lives.
Yeah.
And so I think they took it upon themselves to win that.
Well, they have said that. They said that, didn't they? Van der Ven said that he spoke to the manager, him and Romero, and said we need to change the way we're playing. But I think it's one of them, isn't it? I think if you're a defender for Spurs, I think you're enjoying it a lot more this season because you're playing.
Yeah.
But if you're a midfielder or an attacker, the way you were playing under Ange, and listen, Ange was Ange, he wasn't great, but at least the midfield and attack, they went forward. Whereas now, I just think they're not going forward. They're not attacking. How many times yesterday did we get the ball, we had a chance to go forward, and we just went back or sideways?
Oh,
You're not going to go forward with 3 DMs playing, are you?
no.
No, and that's the only option you have. But I'm sorry, Bentancur can go forward. He's not.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
and he could. You know, Frank could have played 3 at the back. We had 2 centre halves on the bench. We could have played a 3 at the back. We didn't have to play so negatively and so defensive.
Yeah.
I just think there was a moment in the second half when Van der Ven broke and he started running, and I was like, "Go on, Van der Ven!"
Yeah,
and
go on.
he runs
I remember
literally
that
to
bit,
the edge
like-
of the box, turned round, and we went all the way back to the keeper. And I'm just like, "What's the point? What is the point?" It's nuts.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Awful watching us at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just as bad as last year. Even though we're not losing as many. But there's no I'll put it this way, we were on, I can't remember what game it was because I was over the pub. And I didn't even watch it. I was chatting to people. I was chatting to people in
Newcastle, I
the
think
pub
that
rather than watch a game.
Yeah.
It was only a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
It was whenever we was on over coming up to Christmas or just up between Christmas and New Year. It was one of the games we was on. And I just sat in the pub and I was just talking to people. I didn't. It's getting to that stage like it was last year. Now, in years gone by, if I knew we were on Sky or something, I'd make sure my ass was in front of the TV so I could watch it. I'd rearrange things so I could watch us. Not anymore. I'm not bothered watching us anymore. You know, it's getting to that stage now. You know,
It is hard watch, Mark.
oh my God, is it a difficult watch?
So I mean, the next question would be now, we've already sat here and just said, look, it's not just a fix on the pitch. It's, you know, all levels from the top all the way down.
Yeah.
The transfer window's open. So whatever you do in the transfer window really is only a short-term fix for me. You know, they can go and splash out big on 3 or 4 players. I don't think it'll happen. I think we'll probably get 2 in. Maybe, might be 3 at a push, but that'll be big business to get 3 in the transfer window January, and they need to be pulling their finger out about it. But the transfer window's open now. What are you looking to see from our people that are dealing with our transfer strategy going forward? And let's believe that Thomas Frank is going to be our manager. What can they do to help him now, bearing in mind, Mark said it's the most turgid football he's ever seen. Big up, Andrew. Nice to see you, mate.
Big up, mate.
You know, you've already said, Nigel, you just said earlier on, it's just rubbish to watch. You know, what now ideally do you lads want to see in the short term as because I would call it a short-term fix, you know, at the moment on the pitch. You know, he's going to be our manager. What do you want to see in this window, chaps? Tell me.
What, positional wise?
Yeah, I mean, and be realistic about it as well, Mark, because we'd all like to see 5 or 6 come in. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just not going to happen.
Number 1 for me, it'd be a striker.
Okay.
And a good one. Because let's face it, we spent the Harry Kane money on Solanke and Richie. Well, I know Richie arrived before Harry left, but, you know, that's basically where all that money went, on them 2. and you combine both of them, and they're not half a Harry Kane. You could take both of them, blend them together, and they still won't make half of one. So we need a decent striker, a proven decent goal scorer. Also, I believe we need a left winger. You know, something to give the team something to think. We were saying this in the summer.
Yeah.
When Frank came in.
Yeah.
Because you can see, every time Kudus gets a ball over on the right, he's got at least two of their players on him. At least two.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes three. And he can't take them all on.
Yeah.
And there's no one in front of him. There's no one in front of him to pass it to. Because Richie's got a touch like something, you know, he's got no touch whatsoever. The amount of times the ball bounces off him. And
It's like
Solanke,
bouncing off a barn door, isn't it?
yeah, and Solanke, I don't even know where he is. He had a small injury about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
No one's come out. I think Thomas, he was over his post-match thing. Someone asked him where Solanke was. He said it could be early January, could be the end of January. But you wait, and then it'll be in the middle of February.
March.
And then it'll be March. You know, so God knows what's happened to him. What waste of money that was. So that'd do me.
So that'll do you, right?
A striker
and a left winger for Mark.
And a midfielder that actually can progress the ball.
Okay. I was waiting for that one. Go on, Nige.
Yeah. For me, it would be a. I don't think we're going to get a striker just because I think we got Richarlison, Mawani, and Solanke. It does seem to be close to coming back, but I would love a striker. I'd love a midfielder. Like I say, someone who dictates the play, someone who can keep the ball moving, and quality left-sided player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're selling a lot of wingers at the moment. Obviously, Johnson's gone. Solomon's gone. There's talk that Tow's going to go out on loan. So I definitely think we're going to get a left winger. But I have to say, I don't want Savinho. I don't want a lazy signing. For me, he was our target in the summer. We didn't get him. Move on. I think he's injured now anyway. I think he got injured last night.
Yeah, he got injured, yeah.
I would love a Marmoush. I know he's not your typical left winger, but I think he could play in that kind of 10 role as a second striker. I think he's a kind of player that will get us excited. So I'm a Marmoush type and maybe a fullback, maybe a left back for me.
Do you think all that's achievable in this window, Nige?
Left back, winger, and a midfielder. I think so. I don't see why not. I don't see if we've got the money, if we've got this £150 million to spend. I don't see. Just put, I know it's easy to say, just put the money down, but go for realistic targets. Obviously, if you're going to go for a Semenyo, who doesn't want to come, then and no, you're right. Marmoush will probably not sign for us, but he would be the one for me.
280 grand a week is on Nige now.
How much? 280? Yeah, we ain't getting him there.
Yeah.
Didn't they say as well in the summer though they were going to push the wage structure?
They did, didn't they? They went over 200 grand.
That was one of the bits they said.
Yeah.
So come on, Vinay and whoever else is there.
Yeah.
It's all right talking the talk.
It'll go up to 205. You know what I mean?
No, you know what I said? I said it at the time, mate. It's all right talking the talk. It's a bit different to walk the walk as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It can be.
It
can be, definitely.
They come out and said it in the summer. They want Tottenham to be competitive and winning stuff. Without actually saying Premier Leagues and Champions. Or did they say Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues? I'm not sure. I can't remember what they said.
I think Levy might have said that, but
yeah. But these new ENIC people said that the wage structure was going to be looked at or upped, and they wanted us to be a serious team. It's right saying that in the summer. It's the first window's open now since you said it, so show it.
Yeah, come on, we're 2 days in.
Or else I'll be up there with my flag again. We'll all be up there with our flags again.
Yeah.
Time for change. Time for change will have to come out again.
I can't see us getting a striker. I think that'll be in the summer, You know, Moan is here. He's not going anywhere till the end of the
No.
season, whether he's a stopgap or not, whether you like him or not. I think he's got to be played as a striker, but they're not going to play him that way, not unless Richarlison's not available. You know, so you're going to see him out on the left more. So, you know, whether you like him or not, I don't think you're getting to see the best of him. I don't think he is that prolific bloke, but he is that bloke, a bit like Richarlison, I suppose, that will give you quite long purple patches when he gets going, you know. But then when it does stop, finds it difficult to get going again, you know. So I can't see anyone coming in. Like you say, Nige, you've got Solanke's going to be fit soon, or hopefully. You've got Richarlison, you've got Moani, so you've got them three because 9 times out of 10 he's only playing one up front anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it is what it is. I think that we've got to buy someone who is going to hold the middle of the park together.
Yeah.
Right. So whether you want to call that an 8. You know, I suppose that's what we use. I want a centre midfielder, that can progress the ball, whether that be through running with it, whether that be through the bloke that's looked over his shoulder, seen a pass before he's even got the ball. You know, we need someone who can progress the ball up the field.
Yeah.
Because as much as we win the ball off of the other team, whoever we're playing against, we give it away twice as quick.
Oh, Christ, do we ever? Let's just say hello to Marianne a minute. YouTube member.
Hi,
YouTube
Marianne.
member.
Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Marianne.
I think the memberships are still available.
Yeah, I believe so.
I ain't got a clue, mate. I ain't been on here for months.
So, for me, I think an 8. Obviously, we've got to address the left-hand side. I think we do need a left winger. We've got to get a left winger in. And I think you're right, Nigel, when you say about a left back, and not only for the reasons that you've said, but so that Spence can, for me, and you'll remember me talking about this at the beginning of the season when I said to you, as good as left back that Jed Spence is, he's not a left back, and I don't think players should be playing at the back that can't kick with the correct foot for the side they're playing on. You know, we all bang on about left centre back or right centre back or whatever. Yeah, which I agree with. That's fine. So when we've buying a left back, I want to be buying a left back that's left-footed predominantly. I want them to be, they're professionals. I want them to be kicking with both feet. You know, but I can't see the point of playing Jed Spence at left back every week. So when you do progress the ball down the pitch, you've got to stop to turn to knock it sideways or knock it back. Because
it's not only that, it's
with his left foot.
Yeah, it's defending as well, mate, isn't it? Because, you know, I don't know whether you ever played in goal as a kid. You know, there's always one way you can go better than the other way.
Yeah,
I could always go one way, and the other way I kind of like couldn't dive. And it's the same. It's the same when you know, as a fullback, I played left back for years. So good playing left back, and you can slide in at a certain angle. If I was playing right back, which I did now and again, it's so hard to get the body shape right to put a tackle in.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally agree.
Now we got to say a big thank you,
Big up, George.
George,
cheers,
Super
mate.
Cup legend.
Appreciate it.
Just become a new YouTube member.
Thanks,
Thank you, mate.
George. Appreciate
I know
that,
we
mate.
ain't been on for 4 months, but like,
Yeah. Well, we're back now, so
we'll try to be.
We'll work out what we're going to do.
If I'm working, you can crack on.
Yeah.
Do stuff. I'll join when I can.
We'll do it between us. We'll work it out. I know that if you're not about, Nige is in the background to help me as such, if you know what I mean. If you weren't about for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's good to know. It's good to know because I'm, as you know, chaps, not good at this setting up lark. So I'll just have to do it a bit more, won't I, if I want to be on the box a bit more, mate. Won't I just have to do it a bit more and learn it a bit more. You know, But yeah, Coover, agree with you, mate. You know, I was brought up when I was a kid. I was predominantly left-footed, Coover, and my old man had me with a tennis ball downstairs up against the garage door or the garage wall, and he'd stand there and he'd say to me, "Don't touch it with your left foot. I want to see right foot, right foot, right foot, right foot, right foot," to get me learning to kick a ball with me right foot. And I would like to say that I can kick as well, or used to be able to, with both feet. I was two-footed in the end because he persevered with me. But the amount of footballers you see now, and even, you know, I could go back to an example, you know, Paul Merson. Paul Merson was a very good footballer, but so one-footed. He only used his left leg to run with. I don't think I ever saw him kick a ball with his left foot. Even when he was flying down the left wing, he'd be trying to find an angle or kick it in with the outside of his right boot. He was that right-footed. But yeah, I don't get it either, Cooper. You know, I'm a big advocate of kicking with both feet. I don't know about you chaps, what you think.
I'm trying to. I watched. It was an ex-Tottenham player, and he said he was only left or right-footed, and his old man had him out in garages with
Yeah.
the football,
Yeah,
just kicking
my old
with
man had me
his
out.
weak foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
my
remember
old
who the
man
hell
had
it
me out
was.
in against the wall, left foot, right
That's
foot,
it.
left foot, right foot. Just you know,
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't understand how you're called a professional footballer, and even some of these players that are at the top of their game, they can't kick with their other peg, which you know that they are predominant. A lot of them are predominantly one-footed, but it is what it is.
That's how I got, because I mean, I didn't go to as high level as you might, but I played county football and I was like 11,
Yeah.
12, 13. And at the trials, we were going through the trials, and I had a couple of school friends who'd already got their bib, so they were through. And the ball came to me, and I don't know what happened, but I kicked it with my right foot up the line. And the bloke come up to me, he's like, "You can kick with your other foot, you're in." I'm just like, that was it, just kicking it with my other foot.
There you
Got me
go.
into
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I know it's mad. It is mad, really mad. But there you go. I don't know. So let's go back a bit. We talked about you know, hoping that it would change. We all said, you know, different coaching. Hopefully, you know, he'd do a bit of coaching on the pitch and improve a lot from what we'd seen from the 2 years of what there'd been with Ange. Now we've moved on to Thomas Frank. Now, do you give any credence to the effect of, you know, the players that we have got out injured? And I'm not saying that I do, by the way. I'm just asking the questions. So, you know, your Madisons, your Kulus, your Solankis being out for so long, does that hinder Thomas Frank anyway, or does it like, well, no, not really, because his football's so crap anyway that it's not going to matter if they're on the pitch because we're not going forward enough because we haven't got those progressive players. Does it make a big difference at all if the Solankis and the Kulus and the Madisons are available?
No, to me, it's bound to. You take Kulu and Matters out of our team. Who else is up there?
Yeah.
And Solanke.
Yeah.
And Solanke. It's no wonder our XG is like 0 point something nearly every game. You know what I mean? But I don't think Thomas helps himself because he's almost the anti-Ange. Whereas Ange was gung-ho, charge, everyone go forward, don't worry about the defence. Thomas is like 180 degrees.
Don't lose. Yeah.
You know, you know, put it this way. I think if you offered him 38 0-0 draws at the start of the season, he'd probably take it. You know what I mean? Because he's more worried about the clean sheet than he is scoring at the other end. We need a mix between the two. You know, they do in American football where you got a defensive coach, and then and then when your team gets the ball and you're on the offense, they bring a whole new team on. That's what we need. That's what we need.
I do think you have to give a little bit of credence to the fact that he has got his best attackers out. I think that there's no doubt if Maddison was in the side, we would look a different team. I just expect, it's not even so much the football. Just the players just don't seem to be motivated at all.
No.
And again, I go back to the fact that defenders probably are enjoying defending, but the midfielders and the attackers, there just doesn't seem to be any. Like I said, I didn't see any triangles yesterday. No, like one-touch passing and movement from the team at all. It was all just get the ball, hoof, or get the ball, run with it. And yeah, there's something seriously. I do expect a lot more from Thomas Frank, and I do think the players would help that are out, but I don't think it would make us a lot better, to be honest. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
so what's the solution then, chaps? So we're at where we are. It's not going to be an overnight fix. I didn't think it was going to be from the start with Frank anyway, because for me, he's not the bloke that's going to take us from where we were, 17th in the league, to be that team that's in the top 4. I don't think he will be back to be that bloke. I think he is more the bloke that gets you middle of the table, top half of the table type of thing. We were saying at the beginning of the season where if we got 8th, well, I did. If we got 8th in a Conference League place, I'd probably take that, because 17th to 8th is a big improvement in the league, or it would be, a big step forward. So I would take that. But, we might still get there, but we're not going to get there playing how we've been playing recently.
Well, I believe at the start
generally this season.
I believe at the start of the season, I said I wanted a cup as well.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, so it don't look like we're going very far in the FA Cup because we've got Aston Villa. And we'll get schooled by them. And so that looks like my predictions have already gone out the window. But I believe if it doesn't improve, because let's face it, I mean, I hate to say this, but he's already lost the fans. You're talking about the hardcore fans that go to away games, and they are the hardest of the hardcore. If you travel to what I know it was London last night, but not all of them that got tickets would have come from London. I bet they travelled from all over the place to get there.
Yeah.
And so that is the hardest of the hardcore that go to away games. And if they're booing you, you're in serious trouble. I think we'll limp on with him till the end of the year, end of the season. And then I think he'll be gone. And you know who I want back. I've made it more than obvious. But I believe after the World Cup, if that article I shared with you is correct, then the Magic one may be back in the summer. I just don't want him to tarnish his legacy.
Well, yeah, that was the next question I was going to ask. That was what I was going to ask you, Mark.
That is where it's up to Enoch.
This is it. So Enoch is still there. So, if Poch was to become available, do things change if Enoch is still there? Do we believe that Enoch without Levy are going to be any different than Enoch with Levy?
Well, what did they say in the summer, mate?
I know what they've said, but do you believe it will happen, Mark? That's what I'm saying to you.
Until they show me that it's changing, then I'm not going to believe it. They've got this window and the summer. Well, they've got this window because we've loaned or sold 3, 4, 5 players now.
Yeah.
All right. They weren't going to get many first team minutes, but they're gone. So you want to see the replacements coming in.
Yeah.
And improvements. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So they said what they said in the summer. Now it's up to them to show me that they mean business. And then if we have a good January transfer window, then it'd be, well, maybe they are changing. But it will take more than one window to change my opinion about Enoch. I've wanted him out for years, mate. Well, I wanted Levy out. But secretly wanting Levy out is wanting Enoch gone as well. It's just that Levy was the face of Enoch, wasn't he? Because Joe Lewis only went to about 3 games. The whole time he was like meant to be the main man. It might have been more than 3, but he wasn't there very much. Because he lived in his yacht, didn't he, in Barbados, wherever it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his kids, the ones that are in charge now, his kids, at least they do go to home games because you see them in the stands.
True.
You know, so
True.
what they said in the summer, it's up to them to show me.
All right, I'll word it a different way, Mark. In your heart, do you think that Joe Lewis's kids are going to do anything different on the playing side of things with Tottenham Hotspur than Joe Lewis and Levy have done with Spurs in the past?
From what they said in the summer, yes. But in my heart of hearts, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw. Until they show me, I will not believe them.
Aren't they Liverpool fans as well? Apparently.
Oh, are they? I don't know.
I've heard. Not that that matters, but I don't know. I think they will. Get Coover on.
Yeah. Can you send Coover the link, Mark?
I certainly can.
Let him pop on and let us know what he thinks about it. Be interesting. I'm sure.
I will sort it out now.
Brilliant. That's great. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Spurs fans have waited for this to be able to happen, Mark, to be honest. You know, a
Did he say he
transfer
wanted to come
window.
on, mate?
A what?
Did Coover say he wanted to come on?
Yeah. You're on the message now that's on the screen.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I've got WhatsApp up at the minute, so I can't
Oh,
see
right,
it.
got you. Yeah, he just says he'll happily pop on and
All
give us
right.
his radical shake
Here
up
he
to
is.
fix the club.
Right. I've sent him the link.
There you go, see. He sent a link, George.
There you go.
He sent the link. Happy days. And Nigel's back.
So I had to have a quick wee.
Hey,
Big up,
Ghost's in
Ghosted.
here.
Hope
See
you're well,
you.
mate.
Oh, we
Hope
haven't been
you're
on
well.
for 4 months.
Yeah. I think, I was just saying, Nigel, I think the fans will be looking forward to this window. I wish it was a summer window,
Yeah.
to be honest, like a proper summer window. I wish we was there now. You know,
Well,
in a way.
I'm not defending Enoch, but it is difficult this time of year.
Yeah, and that'll be what's used, Mark, won't it? If
Well, of
we
course it
don't
is.
get what we need.
We tried FC. You know, that's the normal nonsense, isn't it? We tried.
Yeah.
You know, all the usual nonsense that they used to come out with.
Yeah. Does anyone think that Arsenal won't win the league this year, or are they now?
Well, I hope not.
Well, I know we hope not, but 4 points clear now.
I think they win it. City
don't
looking
think
too
so.
inconsistent.
I thought I saw a stat the other day that I should say, anyone that's been top of the league at Christmas, I don't know if it's over a certain amount of years or was the Premier League in its entirety. Whoever's been top at Christmas has won the league. Is that
No.
It's not, is it?
Arsenal have been top 5 times and they've never won it
At Christmas.
at Christmas.
So I
let's
must
hope
have been
that
reading
continues.
something else then. I might, perhaps I've got mixed up with another thing that I've seen, and then I've seen that. I do
I got a few.
apologise. You can tell I don't follow Arsenal, didn't you? You can
I say
tell that.
friends. I say friends in like inverted commas, but I know a few Arsenal fans, and I've had it all off of them, top and all this. And I say it's not February yet. Give it to February. That's when I said the Arsenal train is never late. It's never ever late. Get to February, March time, and that's when the bottling comes in. It's never ever late. I said the Arsenal train always arrives on platform 2. Always.
See what happens. Once they go further in the Champions League, maybe they might slip up a bit.
Yeah. I think they got their best chance ever, though, haven't they, lads?
Well, they have.
Let's be honest. I mean,
They have, but
You know.
I was when did I seen all three of them together over Christmas, and I happened to have my iPhone charger in my pocket, and I pulled out the plug and I said, "This is your lot in Europe." I said, "You just want to take this and try and plug it into the wall over there." That's Arsenal in Europe. I said, "It's useless, worthless." And then they started giving me grief. I said, "Hang on, we're European champions."
We are.
He's here. Here he is. I will add him on in. Here he is.
Big Cooper's in the house. Big up, lads. Hope you're well, mate.
Right.
Happy New Year to you, mate.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year. Easy to have a happy New Year. I just don't watch the team anymore.
Whee! You can go now, Coof. Was that it?
Yeah, no, that's one easy solution. Yeah. No, it's just, I'm now at the opinion that we are so badly broken, though no matter what we do as a regular fix for this, whether it's a new manager or new recruitment team, it's not going to work. I think we've built now a culture that all the players that come in instantly start slotting into these bad habits and an inability to perform at the top level. For me, what I'd love to see happen, but it's bloody unrealistic. If I was owner, it would bloody happen though. Is you get the whole squad together, everybody that's fit to lace their boots up, get them playing five-a-side for a couple of days against each other, just constantly, and then just take a note of the players that are able to receive the ball, control it, pass it, move, the basics of football, and be able to do it swiftly and when under pressure as well. And I'm including the goalkeepers in that as well, because everybody's going to play. If you want to play a passing out from the game, from the back game, every player needs to do it, including the keeper. So get them all playing proper football on the deck, push and run like we used to, like we made famous in this country, being the pioneers we were back in the day. Then get players playing with a smile on their face. You go to training because it's going to be fun. You're going to play football. You're going to move it around. You're going to score goals. You're going to do tricks. You're going to showboat. You're going to have this swiftly moving the ball around, relaxed, confident, and take that with you onto the pitch. Now, here's the radical part. Any player that you see not managing that over those couple of days, transfer list them. Doesn't matter what the name is. Doesn't matter how big the transfer fee was. Put them on the list. Whatever value you want or nearest offer. Literally just get rid of them. And I would be happily taking in average mid-table team players from the likes of Spain, Portugal, just players that got technical ability, can control a ball, pass a ball, know how to attack, know how to work as a team, passing it around. Because we are so far from that. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. We were always known as a two-touch passing, attacking football team. It's gone. That's the biggest legacy ENIC have had in this club so far. Forget the ground. It's the fact that we don't have our previous identity. It's gone. The Spurs way doesn't exist over this tenure. It changes every 5 minutes. I want to see us getting back to that as the basics. It's the likes of Brighton can do it. It's serving them well. Imagine what we can do it on the scale we've got with our resources. All due respect to Brighton. But we need to bloody get our grip on things because the football's gone. We look terrible. We're disgraceful to bloody watch. It looks like the fans don't enjoy it. It looks like the players aren't enjoying it. There's nothing. You've got to get back to playing the basics of football. Play it, and then you watch players start enjoying it. When you get these players in then, and you've got rid of all this tat who's basically a load of them are just athletes with no technical ability whatsoever, in my opinion. I'll give a Doggy as a prime example of that. Very powerful player, very strong, quick, crap footballer. I wouldn't have him anywhere near the club. Get all the players in with, like, unfortunately, it's a Wenger quote, isn't it? Give me 11 players that are intelligent and can pass a football. I'll give you a team. I do believe in that. He is the manager we should have had, but didn't. Yeah, so let's get back to having that. What we are, what Spurs are about. It is get the ball on the deck, pass it around, move as a team. You attack as a team, you defend as a team. At the moment, we are disjointed in every single game I watch. I mean, this season, I stopped watching us after Bournemouth played us off the park at home. They should have won by 5 or 6 goals at least. They were light years ahead of us. So I stopped watching. I thought, I've seen enough this season. But, curiosity brought me back, and I watched the Fulham game. And we were just exactly the same. Nothing had changed. Still disjointed. People don't know what they're doing. There's no belief in the attacks when we do attack. The numbers aren't there, or there's just no link-up play. It's almost like we've got 3 separate units. An attack who don't do anything. That's if they get the ball at all. Midfield don't seem to know whether they're supposed to be helping the defence or helping the attack, and don't do either. Defence, I think, generally speaking, have been okay. I think they people criticise Porro and that. He's not naturally a great defender, is he? But he's got his abilities in some aspects. Perhaps he's better if a midfield stroke winger role. People have talked about that.
He was a wing back though, Cooper, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I mean, especially if you play 3 at the back, and you've got wing backs, you just bomb up the pitch.
Yeah,
then defending
his job,
secondary, isn't it? Yeah.
Like if you're a wing back, your job is to get forward, not so much defending.
Absolutely, especially like I said, especially if you've got 3 at the back, because you've got the protection
and a 6 in there as well. If you've got 3 at the back and a 6,
yeah, absolutely. But I mean, now what are we doing? Even when we sign players that we think are, big name players, what are they doing when they come? I'm going to pick out a couple of Paulinho. Now, what's he done since he's arrived? Because this does not look like the player I saw at Fulham. This looks like somebody that's had a go at Bayern and he's come back and he's going through the motions. I've not seen him as that midfield destroyer that we used to see. When he first came in, he was bombing up the pitch, going box to box, scoring goals. I thought, is this the same player? It's like the attitude changed all of a sudden. The other ones, let's think. The likes of, I'm not even going to blame the likes of Tell and Odebear and people like that. They weren't good enough in the first place. I don't know why we buy them. Yeah. What were those big fees based upon? Tell was a bit part player who didn't really look like a striker or a winger at Bayern, and he had a strange skill set that people would go, this is unusual. It could be good. Is it? I'm not seeing anything. You got the likes of Brennan Johnson, who, he would have done well in the era when the likes of Gary Lineker were playing, where you could have somebody that's just a tap-in merchant, just looks to get beyond the last man, make a bit of room and put the ball in there. He's capable of doing that, but you don't really fit them in very easily nowadays, especially where we don't play, do we? It's crap. But some of the others we're buying in. I was thinking Kudus, great signing, I thought. But then when you do think about it, he was great 2 years ago. He wasn't great last season. He was pretty poor last season. Is that the reason we got him? Because they didn't think he was all that great anymore and they're prepared to let him go. Does that sound like something weird, do? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Either cheap or easy to get the player. That's us all over. So we end up with these players that either have had their time in the spotlight and past it now, or they weren't good enough in the first place. And then, like you said earlier, everything else is just buying in bloody potential. What good's that? How big a club are we? We're not a minnow that's trying to unearth a few gems and sell them on to stay afloat. We're supposed to be a big club, and we don't act like it ever. We're now having to do, in my opinion, I told you what my plan would be, is to try and build a mid-table team, just a decent mid-table team. We need to become Brighton just so we can build on that and have something. Because at the moment, we're below all of them. Brentford, I didn't watch the game, thank God, but it sounded like they were the better team.
The highlights were, I don't think there was any highlights.
There wasn't any.
No.
And what was it? Palace as well. They should have stuffed us if they could finish their dinner.
Well, Palace, you got to remember when we played Palace, they played Arsenal 3 days before us or 3 days after, one of the two. I think it was 3 days before us. They had Arsenal in the semi-final of the League Cup. And so they were knocked.
Yeah.
It went no extra time as well, didn't it?
And all of this ties in as well with people asking the questions in the chat about if you were a big name player nowadays, would you come to Spurs? And the answer is a categorical no.
Well, for
I genuinely think we now have to look at mid-table players from foreign leagues to bring them in and try and capture those gems like a Pascal Gross or someone like that. People that want to make their mark in the Premiership. They want to show what a good player they are, both technically and with flair and imagination as well. Something that's going to actually wow the fans. Because all we're doing is buying yet again players that are just ticking the boxes on. He's fast, he's powerful, he's good in the air. Well, that's not football to me. Get in the tricky players that can pass the ball around. Get back to being what we were. All those Danny Blanchflower quotes, all the Bill Nick memorabilia. That's what we're about. We should get back to it. It's basics of football, absolute basics of football. Get the ball on the deck, pass it around, play as a team, and play without fear. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
We're so far from it, it's embarrassing.
Let's just sort this super chat out a minute. Do you want to deal with this, Mark, or do you want me to read it out? Or
go on, Mark. You carry on, mate. Big up, David. By the way.
Yeah, big up, David. Thank you for the super chat. Been saying this since we moved into the new stadium. Spurs are a business now, with the footballing a side project. What we have become very sad. What have we become very sad? Yes, it is.
I'm right.
Spot on, mate. Spot on,
Right,
David.
now, just to add to this, but in the summer, Vinay and whoever else is there did come out and say they want us to be successful and the wages would be upped. You know, there'd be none of this dilly-dallying about bloody signing players. Or, you know, they said, if I can't remember exactly, but they said a few things in the summer. Now, this is the first transfer window since they've said all this. So show us.
Here you go, Mark. Do you remember that speech that what's his name? Vinay is I've forgotten his name now. I'll see new CEO. Forgotten his name.
What, Vinay Vinkatension?
That's the one.
Yeah.
It is Vinay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was getting confused with somebody else there. Did you hear his interview when he was saying about what his plans for the club are and stuff like that?
Enlighten us.
It was.
Come on.
I can do you a favour. Do you remember what Levy said when he first took over?
Yes.
We're here for the money.
I swear to God, if you close your eyes not close your eyes, if you put them into text, those speeches, and put them alongside each other and shuffle them around a bit, you wouldn't know who said which. They were just the same crap. It's to be competitive. That's it. To be competitive. Burnley are competitive. Wolves are competitive. What's competitive to us? Just make a bit of money and stay in the division.
Yeah.
Wow.
A few concerts now and again. A couple of concerts and some NFL.
Yeah, this exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Marianne's spot on there. Cove, question for you quickly. I've got to leg it out of the room quickly. You need to go to the loo. But we was talking before you came on about, obviously, we all know that, you know, Spurs are rotten from the top to the bottom. We know that, right? What do we do? We're in the transfer window now, Cove. What is your short-term fix for now? Is there one? You know, the window's open now in January. We've got some money to spend. Do they just do the usual, go out and buy more below average players, or like Ben says in the chat, you know, and like you said earlier, the days of us thinking about these fellas up here, we're not there anymore. We need to start buying average and just above average players. You know, is that where you're at with it as well? We need just better players that are able to pass the ball and take instructions.
Absolutely. Find me a Jordan Henderson. Look how well he's doing for the Brentford. That's because he's a good player. He knows what it takes, and he keeps things simple. And he can pass the ball, he can move, and he can do the donkey work as well. We need players like that. You already mentioned him, Pascal Gross. What a signing he was for Brighton. Cost peanuts. You don't need to spend big on these players. Just do it sensibly. Actually scout them out and watch how they play. Don't look at the stats. The stats aren't going to tell you it. It's not going to give you any context at all as to what's happened. Just go and pick out, like they used to do. David Pleat did really well for us scouting players. He knew proper talent all the time. We need people like that at the club, not showing them the back. Yeah, not showing them the back door. And you know, everything's wrong now. It's spreadsheets and computer generated stuff. Get proper footballing people in. I think. Well, the answer was short term. What would I do? Just buy some proper footballers. That would be the easy one, and you can do it on value for money. Go and raid Holland. Go and raid Portugal, Spain, Italy. Just buy some technically gifted footballers who can pass a ball and they're not scared of it. That'll do. That'll be a big improvement already. Long term, I would love to see a proper takeover, and the chairman becomes somebody who just signs the checks. The finance is completely removed from the rest of the club, and the board consists of ex-players who know what Spurs are all about and always have been about. The Hoddles, the Perrymans, people like that, who want to stay in the game, and they love the club. Graham Roberts, Gary Mabber. You've got ambassadors and football excellent footballers who got a lot of input they can have. So I'd love to see that, and then you keep this long-term style of play. That's what we've been robbed from us. When they say what's the club's identity, we haven't had one for ages. The identity we've had is we chop and change at the drop of a hat. Let us get it back. Do what Ajax do. Ajax are in a bit of a lull at the moment, but you know what? Give it a year or two, and their next crop of youngsters come through, and they'll be back again. That's what they always do, because the style remains the same, the way of football remains the same, and everybody that goes to the club knows what to expect. With us, you turn up, manager could be different tomorrow, different style of football. Oh, you're bought to play on the wing. No, I see you more as a wing back now. No, you play for the middle now. It's like, what am I doing here? That's what we're asking. It's no wonder players can't perform now. They don't know what's happening. That's it, Colin. DNA, Spurs DNA. God, I hated that when the club come out with that, because the one thing they've done is destroy it.
Yeah, this is where you were right, Coover. Like we are still suffering. You got to remember, Porro and Udogie, I think, were brought in when Conte was our manager, and he was five at the back.
The doggy was on loan, wasn't he? For the season, yeah.
And they were both brought in as wing backs.
Yeah.
You know, in wing back and full back is two completely different things. Completely different.
That was the funny thing, wasn't it? We were suddenly closer to being able to field a Conte style team after he left, because we suddenly started getting the players in he would have wanted. Imagine what he would have done with a Van der Ven. That would have been his new Bastoni, somebody that cruises up the pitch.
We have a mishmash. We have a mishmash of players from 5 different managers.
Yeah, well, it's been so poorly run over the years that, and this is from the people at the top. They do not stick to a certain style of manager. When they got rid of Poch, Mourinho come in. He was the complete opposite of Poch, and that's where it started. You know, and after that, I forget who come in. No, it was Ryan Mason, wasn't it? But you know, we've gone from like Conte, then we went to whoever, Nuno, wasn't it? And then Ange. I might miss some out, but like Ange, see, even now, from Ange to Frank. Ange was, right, everybody charge. Like, you just go that way. But no, Frank's come in and it's like, oh no, everyone back here now.
Won't go that way yet.
Yeah, you got to go the other way now.
To be fair to Frank, he did say the first thing he was going to do is sort the defence out. And it is a lot better than it has been. So I'll give him that. But I'm buggered if I'm watching it.
No, it's dreadful.
Whoever's here at the moment, it's true when people, well, I think we all said it, it's going to need loads of transfer windows to sort this mess out. So I don't think it's really on the shoulders of any manager at the moment, or even the recruitment team. This is no quick fix now. Unless you do the fantasy style I'm talking about, we just start transfer listing the whole squad who can't play the game properly. But that would be dangerous if it was even possible. So that's where to go. Is we're looking for instant fixes again. You know, people saying, "Oh, we've got to get back into the Champions League spots." No, we haven't. We finished 17th. Mid-table will be a result this season.
Yeah.
Just have a bit of stability. Look like we know what we're doing by the end of the season. That's all I'd expect from them. At the moment, I don't think they do know what they're doing because they can't pass the football.
I think that's a fair appraisal of what's going on at the moment. Cove, do you stick with Thomas Frank? Cove, just to ask you, I know what Nigel and Mark think, but
yeah, there's no point changing them.
No.
Yeah,
it really doesn't matter at this point. If we get in somebody like, I mean, personally, I wanted Iraola to be our next manager instead of Frank, but you know, Frank's okay. He's sensible. He'll be able, given enough bit of time, he'll be able to put together a team that's, you know, comfortably mid-table, knocking on the top 6 or so, and looks like it knows what they're doing. It won't be the most exciting team in the world, but it'll be stable. There'll be something to build on. If we go and change right now, it could work. I mean, if we said, "Oh, we're going to get Iraola and we're going to stick with him," I'd be delighted. I must admit, because I think that's the sort of football we should be trying to play. But it's an understanding of the scale of the mess we're in right now.
Yeah.
You cannot just say changing a manager is going to fix it. It won't. Those players that can't really play football very well, they're not going to suddenly be brilliant.
But again, this goes back to the boardroom.
Yeah,
When the new stadium was built, as it was being built, this is the game changer. Remember that? This is the game changer. You watch when this opens. We'll be competing at the top level. When's this going to happen then? The stadium's been open about 6 years now? 7 years?
Did they say it was going to be football though, Mark?
Well, yeah.
Did they say they're going to be competing at a top level financially?
It's Beyonce and Chicago Giants.
Exactly.
Right now, I'm looking at Thomas Frank and thinking, can he turn out to be our new Martin Yole? You know, when things were in such crisis, and then comes in and stabilizes things. But I think the general sort of lackluster cloud that's over the club it's so entrenched in the way we play now that I don't think that anybody can fix this. Not without mass changes. I mean, really big clear out of players. You've got to freshen up everything. It's not a rebuild; it's a build. We've got nothing at the moment.
Well, we've got nothing to rebuild from, have we?
No.
It's what happens with years of running down, and you see, I think even a lot of us as fans, you don't see it. You don't see the depth of it until it actually happens, chaps, do you? And,
True.
you know, what I call Levy's clowning around over a lot of the deals that he's tried to do over the years, and for the sake of whatever, 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, whatever it is, these deals not getting done, which would have probably aided us in the long run. Don't get me wrong, we're not all
from day one with Hoddle.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, mate.
Samuel Eto'o Morientes.
Think of the names that have been attached
Yeah.
to us. It's you know, you couldn't even dream of getting a player like that today in today's even going for that type of player with the state that the club is in at the moment.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard people they'll argue that well, the club was already in a shambles before Enoch took over, and you could say, yeah, I mean, Sugar had his limitations, didn't he? But
Yeah,
at that point, the chaos that was happening there was because we had nearly gone bankrupt. And you know what? Give Sugar his credit. He would put his hand in his wallet and pay for top players. Jurgen Klinsmann, my God.
yeah.
What a signing. Popescu, same window. Wow.
Money wasn't in the game then either, was it? You know,
No.
the
Yeah, that's
Premier
right.
League money hadn't come in then, so different times.
Yeah. It was different times.
When Klinsmann
Go on, mate.
rocked up at us, it was the last time that I said wow to a signing, because Klinsmann and his pomp, when he come in just after the '94 World Cup, is that right? In America, that's when he come in,
That's right.
Yeah.
and he might have won the Golden Boot, or he was certainly up there. But he was Germany's #1 striker, and we all know how good the Germans have always been at football. And when you seen him on Sugar's yacht, didn't you, holding the shirt and whatever? It was like, we ain't signed him, have we? It was like, wow, because he was all over the papers from the World Cup, and the next thing, he's at the ground with a Holston shirt on, and I thought, wow, here we go.
VW Beetle.
Yeah, he turned up in his Beetle. That's right.
Cool car.
Yeah. Been some magnificent signings over the years, and the way it stands at the moment, it's hard to see where the next one comes from, unless someone we've signed already maybe can turn the corner, whether it be under this manager or another one. Mark, I know you've got things to do. You've got to get off soon. We can end up now, mate, if you want to, and because
I don't worry, mate.
we was on a coming back show tonight anyway, and
Yeah.
we'll get ourselves back into it over the next few days, and
Well, we'll see how Tottenham get on first.
that's it. Please get your notification bells on, and so you know when we're going live. Kuva, first of all, thanks for popping on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Sorry, I didn't realise how much I wanted to talk about it till I got on.
It's okay, mate. There's plenty of shows coming up. You're more than welcome to pop on whenever you want, mate. You know
Well,
that.
We're doing nostalgia one. That'll be my.
There
right
you
up
go.
my alley.
Yeah, we can have a go at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nige, same to you, mate. Thanks for being here and supporting us
Right.
and being there for us in the last few months, mate. It's been nice to have someone to speak to and to talk to. You know, it's not all like you said. It's not all about YouTube, mate. Life comes first sometimes, and
Yeah.
you have to deal with that stuff first. So, but we're back now, and we're back to enjoy it, and hopefully we've come back at the right time. That Spurs, hopefully, at some stage, will turn a corner. Thanks to everyone in the chat for being here. George for becoming a member, and David for sending in your super chat. We really appreciate it. We'll see you all soon. Please subscribe and like to Nige over at Pure Coys. Cove, are you still going with your channel? Is your channel still going now?
No, we've been about 7 months since we did something.
Right, okay, mate. All right, mate. Well, Kuva will be about as well, I've got no doubt. Big thanks to everyone. Mark, lovely to speak to you, and no doubt we'll see you. We're going to be about doing streams soon. Thanks to everyone, and we'll speak to you soon. And Mark, we'll end the show now. Hopefully this part will work.
Yeah, it should
See you
do.
all soon. You
It
take
should
care.
do.
Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
come on, you Spurs.
Show.